Hello everyone and welcome to the final part of this F1 Challenge career mode. Today we are off to the legendary Suzuka, the figure of 8 circuit, which is heralded by many drivers in Formula 1 and is one where the car usually works excellently and it feels amazing. Of course our car doesn't seem to be suited for it, but we will see in the race. I'll now hand you over to the commentator.
Just before the free practice session begins, let's take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. Mika Häkkinen is running away with the Drivers' Championship. Michael Schumacher, second. Coulthard, third. Well, that covers the drivers. Let's take a quick look at the constructors next. McLaren lead the Constructors' Championship and arrive here having finished a legendary 1-2 in the last race. Can they do it again? Ferrari are second. Williams are third. Located approximately 70 kilometers southwest of Nagoya, the exciting Suzuka circuit combines two medium-speed arrangements including a hairpin, as well as fast-sweeping and 90-degree turns. Owned by Honda, Suzuka has a somewhat unique figure-of-8 layout, causing the track to cross over itself.
Jumping into practice then, heading towards Spoon Curve, and we've gone a little bit wide onto the grass, now we're onto the gravel. Are we going to hit the wall? Oh, no, we just about miss it, but not much happens in practice as per usual because there's not that much action going on. But we're on our flying lap here, and 130R isn't flat, which I discovered here when I went wide, just about managing to not spin on the grass. And then this chicane is very, very tight. It's much tighter than it is on Codemasters games. We went to the line, you can see French has done a 44.8, and of course our time's going to be well off that due to the fact that we had went off, but that we couldn't improve on that time for the rest of the session, which is really disappointing. Really struggling for pace around here, but we're now moving on to qualifying. We're on our first flying lap, and yes, we have gone wide. We actually shifted down there, we just clumsily went wide, nearly rolled the car there on two wheels, but it looks like we just about got away with it and didn't get any damage. But now going through the last chicane, we are behind, I think that's Johnny Herbert on the road. We're heading towards the line now. What's the time going to be? It's going to be like a 46, 47, 47.8. But on the next lap, quite a few laps later, we are now going to the line to 44.9, which is pretty decent. That's the best time that we could do, and it's not really very perfect. So I think we're going to instantly beat that. But I'll now hand you over as we crash to the grid.
Hello there. Welcome to Japan for round 16 of the 1999 FIA Formula 1 World Championship. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Schumacher first. Häkkinen second. David Coulthard third. The Williams driver put on a fantastic display throughout the qualifying hour. He starts this race from a very promising fourth. Rubens Barrichello just failed to match the pace of his championship rival, the Williams driver. Jarno Trulli sixth. Jacques Villeneuve seventh. Schumacher couldn't quite match the pace of his teammate. He starts eighth. Giancarlo Fisichella, 9th. Herbert, 10th. Olivier Panis, 11th. Alexander Wurz, 12th. Heinz-Harald Frentzen, 13th. Damon Hill, 14th. Tora Takagi, 15th. Eddie Irvine, 16th. Alesi, 17th. De La Rosa, 18th. Ricardo Zonta, 19th. Pedro Diniz, 20th. Badoa, 21st. Marc Genet, 22nd.
Right, so here we are in 4th place. Pretty excellent, actually, behind David Coulthard and Mika Häkkinen, and then, of course, Michael Schumacher on pole. But we have the lights here in Suzuka. And we are away again with the launch control, pulling to the right to hope that no one hits us. The Prost has gone past of Jarno Trulli and Rubens Barrichello, our championship rival. But we're going to look down the inside of Trulli into the right-hander, and we have taken him pretty easily. The Prost doesn't really seem to do very well in that first corner, but we're going to go through the S's, and you can see how much time I'm losing. This is the understeer that I was complaining about on my car, because look at that. They're literally earning buckets of time over me as I'm holding up the entire grid along here. What is it? They've stretched the gap out over 1.7 seconds. We are a bit better over the rest of the lap, but through that section our car is just horrible. But we're going to take a look at the start, and you can see here that I pulled to the right but then went back to the left after I realised no one was going to crash into me. But I nearly actually crashed into Jacques Villeneuve. I did touch him actually on the way back, but luckily no damage was done. And I went down the inside of Jarno Trulli, and it was a pretty easy move in the end. But we now need to look at Rubens Barrichello, who is our championship rival. I don't think we're going to beat him today. We don't have the pace to win. And as you can see, we've put in all the fuel we need for the rest of the race. But we may have a look at him now. We're pretty close. Can we get him into the S's? No. We were pretty close on the straight, I think mainly because I kind of cut the last chicane a bit, so that's why we were so close. But yes, again, you can see here the Stewart is just unbelievable through this section. Well, every other car is unbelievable and I'm just really slow. But you can see there that he's pulling away, and this final race isn't going to plan so far. We're only on lap 2, yet we can't catch up to Rubens Barrichello, but on the end of lap 2, going on to lap 3, we're going to have another run at him on the main straight. Can we go down the inside of Rubens Barrichello? Oh, yes, we can. Just about fitting our way through there. We could have hit his rear wheel there, and then we would have lost our front wings. That would be pretty disastrous. We're going through the S's now. We just have to plant our car in the middle of the road, on the racing line even, so that he doesn't get past. But we've had massive understeer through the first pass spoon. Through the second pass spoon, we can't get on the racing line. Rubens Barrichello's gone back past us, although we should be able to get slipstream up to 130R to repass him maybe into the last chicane. So we're slipstreaming him. Can we get him into 130R? I don't think we're close enough. We go into the left-hander. We've cut the grass a little bit. I've gone wide. We've lost the car, and there could be a huge accident at the end of this. And there is, and we've just ruined our race because we've lost our front wing and our rear wing, and we've got damaged suspension, which is a very big shame for our season. I'm sorry if you heard anything in the background there. That was annoying. But we're now pulling into the pits now, obviously, for our stop. No fuel is needed in the car. We're going to put full wing on, see if the car will handle okay, because adding more wing while his suspension is damaged seems to help a little bit. We're putting into our pit now, and we're going to take a look at a replay as we experience this incredibly slow pit stop. But we'll take a look, and you can see that I went wide in the first pass spoon, and I didn't really get my act together for the second pass spoon, and Rubens Barrichello just went straight down the inside. But now I can give you the opportunity to say that I am changing the rules for next season. We are going to put 3 or 2 times fuel usage and tyre wear, and put the AI aggression up to 100% and turn the difficulty up as well. But you can see where I spun and hit the wall and then slid across the track. I tried to just make it so I didn't have to go for another lap, because that would just be torture. But on lap 5 here, I'm some 20 seconds behind Pedro Diniz, and we've gone wide and we've spun the car, I've hit the wall, and that's really the end of our race and the end of our season. So that's pretty disappointing, to be honest. You can see the leads have lapped us, but I have really enjoyed this game and this season. It's the first season I've actually completed on a game since F1 2011. I haven't completed a season except for leagues on a game since then. So that's pretty amazing, and I do plan on doing a 2000 season, so please remember to like this video and maybe comment on how you're looking forward to the 2000 season. There should be a lot different. The AI will be making proper pit stops, so that's a first really for us. But I'll now hand you over to the results.
That was an unforgettable Japanese Grand Prix. Here are the final results. Michael Schumacher first. Mika Häkkinen second. Coulthard, 3rd. Ralf Schumacher, 4th. Irvine, 5th. Trulli, 6th.
Right, so yeah, you can see there that luckily our teammate didn't finish too high up to beat us. He finished in 4th place. If he went 3rd or 2nd, I think he might have even beat us in the standings, which we will check in a second. But you can see there were a few accidents. Our rival, Rubens Barrichello, had an engine failure, so if we had a bit more pace in that race when we won, we might have actually beaten him in the championship. So that's a bit of a shame. Eddie Irvine actually scoring more than 1 point, which is just amazing. Now I'll hand you over to driver standings.
With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Hakkinen wins the 1999 FIA Formula One World Drivers' Championship.
Yep, so Mika Hakkinen wins the World Drivers' Championship of 1999 like he did in real life. Of course, this season there's been a bit more ups and downs. Mika Hakkinen's won a lot of races, Michael Schumacher's won a lot of races, David Coulthard's won a couple, Rubens Barrichello, me and Ralf Schumacher have all won 1 race. Has to now hand over to the constructors' standings.
McLaren win the 1999 FIA Formula One World Constructors' Championship.
Yep, so McLaren win by a huge margin. We get 69 points. And we finished 3rd, way ahead of Stewart, because Stewart's a one-man team like Ferrari with Rubens Barrichello. But next season, there will be a big change in terms of our team. We are heading to McLaren Mercedes. So that will be very interesting indeed. But I will see you next time. There will be a montage of this season, and that's where I'll see you next time. And of course, next season we are going to McLaren, where we hope to get the World Championship. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.